Morning, everybody. It's Matthew with Swamp Rat Gun Works, talking to y'all live out there to the Swamp Rat Nation. Today we have Philip with us from Neuse River Tactical. This has been a long-awaited interview. Philip, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Philip. I'm owner and lead instructor for Neuse River Tactical. We're a training company, consulting company here in Eastern North Carolina. We're set up. We do our primary training is firearms training. We do teach a trauma class, and we also do security consulting also.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the history about Neuse River Tactical.
Neuse River Tactical, its conception started early 2012, primarily to teach handgun safety to family and friends. I had a couple of people come to me and say, "Hey, you're doing pretty good at teaching. You could probably make a little bit of money off of it." So I did my research, found out what I needed to do as far as instructor certifications, classes. I've already been doing some training prior to that, and then late 2012, early 2013 is when we kind of went official and started teaching the classes that we teach.
Okay. What kind of classes do you teach?
Our bread and butter class is the North Carolina Concealed Carry class. We also teach other classes, including defensive handgun class. It is all day out at the range, where what I would call a crawl, walk, run type class, where we start out on a basic level. It's not a basic class per se. I've had people with years of experience come and take that class. To them it would maybe be more of a refresher course, and then throughout the class we speed up, you get a little bit more proficient. We also teach a medical class, which is our basic trauma class. It is a one-day class, pretty much covers any kind of traumatic injuries, anything that could happen to you or your family that would lead you to needing to go to a hospital or an emergency room.
Well, that's definitely a plus to be able to, anybody would need to take a trauma class, because you never know when something's going to happen. It might even be a piece of glass being thrown out from under a lawnmower, just something that simple. That class will be able to help you out.
Yeah, and with that medical class, it's not just, we don't just cover gunshots and stabs. We cover airway management, from a fall. We cover some diabetic issues, anything, broken bones, anything that could happen at your house. In a you may come up on a wreck. I mean, think about how much time we spend in the vehicles, or how many wrecks you may have passed and could have done something. So anything that could happen to you or a family member that would lead you to needing to go to an emergency room, we typically cover.
Okay.
So
that's definitely a good thing to look into. What can I expect, or as a shooter can expect, when they come to take one of your classes?
Well, the primary function of training is to learn what and how to practice.
Right.
So there is a difference in training and practice. If me and you were just going to go to the range one Saturday, that would be practice. And if we've never taken training, we may just be wasting ammo. The good thing about training, whether you're paying for it or you've got a buddy that's got experience and you're going over some drills, is you're under the guidance of a competent instructor. Hopefully somebody that's has got the experience, got the knowledge, and then able to funnel that into teach you what and how to practice on a later date, because you're not going to learn everything in one day. You may be a little bit more proficient at the end of the day than you were in the beginning. But from what you can expect, if you take our concealed carry course, that is a state mandated class that is required here in the state of North Carolina to be able to conceal a handgun.
Right.
So in that class, you can expect to learn, where you can and can't carry, deadly force issues and laws. In our defensive handgun class, it is a shooting class, but I tell people that's just an added bonus. It's really a mindset class.
Right.
And that's something that you will learn in any of our classes, whether it's the medical, any of our vehicle classes, our defensive handgun, or even the basic level, concealed carry classes. We cover mindset.
Right.
So you can't expect to learn mindset, situational awareness, and just how to be prepared, just in general.
Right. What kind of equipment would I need to bring for a class, or the general public would need to bring for a class?
It kind of depends on the class. On our concealed carry class, I've had people show up with nothing. I tell people typically, at least a pen and a piece of paper. I do have that if you forget. We do have guns that you can borrow. We don't rent, but we do have access to some handguns. So technically, if you can just show up with an open mind and good mindset, we can help you from there. Now, each class does have requirements that you'll need, but like I said, if you don't have it, we can provide you with the gear that you need. And when we advertise for a class, we put, mandatory gear, suggested gear, and just contact us if you don't have access to a handgun, you don't have access to ear protection or eye protection, or any of the gear that is required to take the class. We can help you with that. So,
right. Can you tell us a little bit about your range safety? Because I know from personal experience, an unsafe range sucks. I've been shot at an unsafe range, and it's no fun. Tell us a little bit about y'all's safety on the range.
Safety is our first priority. Obviously we want you to learn, but before learning, we have to be safe. Prior to each class, we go over a range safety brief. We go over the 4 firearm safety rules. We go over a medical briefing. God forbid if something happened while we were on the range. We cover a medical briefing, kind of what will happen if A, B, or C happens. So we've got a game plan. As far as safety, I myself am watching the students. We don't have, our student to instructor ratio is typically 4 or 5 students for every instructor that is shooting. We are set up to travel, and then like I said, when we use your range, typically about 4 or 5 students will shoot at a time. So whether it's a concealed carry class or a defensive handgun type class, usually 4 or 5 shooters are only shooting at one time. So we obviously follow all 4 of the safety rules, and I tell people those safety rules aren't just safety rules on a range. They're life rules also.
Right.
And that's something I believe we could probably, preach to people, or you can't preach enough of how important safety is.
Right.
So,
well, give us a little information on how we can get up with you.
you can find us News River Tactical on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. You can also email me at newsrivertactical@gmail.com.
We appreciate you coming by, and guys, it's been a great talk today. We've got our big announcements finally coming up. News River Tactical has hooked us up. December 24th, we're going to be giving away a free class for News River Tactical. Would you like to tell us a little bit about the giveaway?
I've given Matthew a certificate. It's good for 1 free class, so there's no monetary value on it. Any class that you choose to sign up, as long as there's availability in the class and the class isn't full. So whether you want to take a medical class, a concealed carry class, any of our defensive handgun type classes, the only class that it wouldn't be good for would be a private class.
Right.
And that's usually by appointment only. So that's pretty much it. And I think we got some other stuff we're going to try to work with you. We're going to have a big Christmas giveaway. So.
Sounds good. Guys, what you'll do is we're going to put a post on Facebook. You have to like the post to enter. We'll put all the names that enter into a hat, and we'll draw live on Facebook on December 24th. We thank everybody for joining us today. I feel like it's been a good interview. You've got some good information on another local company that we're great friends with, and y'all have a good day.
See you later.